So you'll probably notice that I'm wearing two different shirts in this video. One that's red and covered in rain, and then a black one. And I told you that it's really hard to mess up these side cover little templates. And I put it in like that. I did not know, even though I made the templates, that they fit perfectly both ways. This is the correct orientation, not this. So, on the instructions, we included this side towards you, so you don't make the same mistake I did and have to use a plastic welder to fill a hole. So I'm gonna jump into the rest of the video. Do you have Challenger side covers, but you can't mount your passenger pegs? I'm gonna show you how. So let's go start. We got some tools that I'm gonna use. You might use something different, but this is what I'm gonna do because it's the easiest route. First one, die grinder. You can also use a file, it just takes longer. I highly recommend going to Harbor Freight and buying an airsaw for $25. You can thank me later. A ruler, a pen, a step drill bit that goes up to 7/8 inch, a center punch, drill bits, painter's tape, and a drill. The last tool, this is a cool little deburring tool that I'm gonna use at the end just to clean it up. You don't have to do that, it just makes life easier. After rating your kids' arts and crafts supplies, get some safety scissors so you don't hurt yourself. And we're gonna take and cut out these templates and follow the lines. The more accurate you cut these, the more accurate the results. Then after you get your templates cut out, I'm gonna take a knife to cut out the center part. I'm gonna cut on the outside of this edge just because we gotta remember that there's gonna be a pen line and all that stuff, and these holes are fairly tight, so you can kind of work it out and get a good fit in it without any big gaps. Now after you have your templates, we'll take and flip this guy over. We're gonna lay down some painter's tape. I recommend yellow painter's tape. Blue painter's tape doesn't stick very well, but you can use whatever you have. On the templates you will have, it'll say this side towards you. So we'll put that in there, just like that, make sure it all fits nicely. And then we'll mark the outside of our hole. And just for reference, when it's on the bike, it'll be sitting like this. You want the slot pretty vertical. If it's laying horizontal, it's wrong. We'll repeat that on the other side with the other template. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill two holes that are 7/8 inch. So I need to find the halfway point of that, which is 7/16. Then we'll repeat that on this side. Take center punch. Center punch both spots. We'll take and drill a pilot hole where we just center punch. Careful not to drill into your finger. You only do it once. Now after we got our pilot hole drilled, I'm just going to take the step drill bit that goes up to 7/8 and just drill all the way through. And just make sure holes are the same. I'm gonna hit it from this side. Repeat that process on this one. I like to take a knife and just cut on that line you drew earlier. And now I'm gonna take an air saw and make life easier. You can use whatever tool you have, but this is like $25 at Harbor Freight. Highly recommend it. And you don't have to be exact because we're gonna take the die grinder now and just bring it up to that line. Just remember, we all make mistakes. It's learning from them what counts. And I'm trying to teach you how to not make the same mistakes. Remember to go slow and just work up to the line. You can always remove more. It's a lot harder to add it back in. Speaking from experience. Take your time, make sure it fits nice. I'm gonna just take a file, clean up my edges. And this is where a half round file works nice. And then we'll just take this deburring tool, run it around the edge, just to knock down all the edges. And I want to say these tools are like 10 bucks on Amazon, and they're worth every penny. So let's go test fit this and see how it looks. I'll slide this guy on here, lining up our little push pins. And if you look right here, you notice how it's touching, so we need to take a little more off of this backside. And this is where I use a thinner tape. And I just kind of give myself about an 1/8 inch that we're gonna come over to. And again, take the file, just make it all nice and straight. Take our deburring tool, let's knock down those edges, and we go test fit again. I always start with the bottom left and then work my way around. After we get it on, just check your gaps all the way around, make sure you're good. So after we got both sides test fit, you're happy with the gaps and everything, remember take a lot for a little bit of thickness of paint. You don't want to get it back and it be too tight. If any questions, let us know in the comments or give us a call at 605-996-3700. We'll be happy to help. Jacob, you got a plastic welder?